But because you have a will, God cannot breach it. That's the difficulty in the God-man relationship, the will of man. Because I have a will, I need to permit God. And to permit him, I must see what he's saying. And once I see what God is saying, I believe it. I believe it means I receive it. I embrace it. I accept it. I agree. I agree to what you're saying. You can't agree if you don't see what he's saying. And if you don't agree, it means you don't believe. And if you don't believe, it means you have not received. And therefore, it can manifest. In John chapter 5, verse 38, Jesus said, "And ye have not his word abiding in you, for whom he hath sent, him ye believe not." So here Jesus is helping us see that these guys were not believing him because they did not have his word in them. If we say you don't have the word in you, it doesn't mean you can't quote scripture. It means you have not seen it. The word is not a reality in you. And because of that, you don't believe me. So Jesus was diagnosing their lack of belief in him. He was tracing it to the word that was not abiding in them. And through the protocol of meditation, the word of God richly dwells in us. Whenever you sit on the word and see it, it becomes alive in you. It abides in you. And without that, you will not believe. You are talking to believers. Why are you saying you will not believe? Believing to become a child of God doesn't end your faith life. It begins it. And as you go along in dealing with God, there are things God will bring your way, point you to, that you can exercise your will and say, no, this one, I don't accept it. And yet you're a believer, you are his child. I mean, we saw it in Peter's life. When he showed him a vision and said, Peter, rise, kill and eat. He says, not so, Lord. At that material moment, Peter was not cooperating with God. Peter was not agreeing with God. But Peter was an apostle. Born again and an apostle. And he was resisting, disagreeing, not accepting, not believing what God was saying. God had to prevail on him until he came to accept, believe, and then acted out, obeyed, walked out, put into action what he believed. So without us having the word of God abiding in us, we will not believe, agree, accept what God is saying. And I will show you why that is very important. I will show you in a minute. So, in verse 38, Jesus says, you don't believe because you don't have his word abiding in you. And I'm saying through the protocol of meditation, we can't get the word of God to abide, to be alive in us. As we sit on the word and see what God is saying, you'll be walking around and the word is alive in you. It's alive. Now, when the word is alive in you and something contrary wants to invade your space, you will see the living word arising to fight it. It's alive. It's alive. Okay. So the word on divine safety and security is alive in me. And then maybe you are driving and something happens and it's like an accident. Even before you think, you see the sword of the spirit drawn to protect. Why? The thing is alive. Somebody tells you maybe something negative, say something negative to you, and it so happens that area the person is treading, a word is abiding in you there. The sword is drawn quickly. No, this can't happen. Even before you think, Jesus says, you are not believing in me because this word is not abiding in you. That's verse 38. And then in verse 41 he says, I receive not honor from men. I receive not honor from men. But I know you, that you have not the love of God in you. I am come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. See, now he's equating believe me not to receive me not. So believing is receiving. Then he says, if another shall come in his own name, him ye will receive. That means you have capacity to receive, but you are choosing not to. Because if I'm coming in my Father's name, you are not receiving me. But if somebody comes in his own name, in other words, you are rather more inclined to believe a liar than me. Just because I'm not coming in my own name, just because I'm telling you my Father has sent me. Like if somebody comes and says, I'm it, there's nobody behind me, it's me. He says, that person rather who is lying, you will believe him. That means here Jesus is also revealing that these guys have capacity to believe. But because the word was not abiding in them, they did not believe. Now look at verse 44. He gives us another diagnosis. He says, how can you believe, which receive honor one of another, and seek not the honor that cometh from God only? Jesus is saying, you will begin to struggle with believing when people's opinion matter to you. That's what he's saying here. How can you? He's even saying this one. Jesus is pushing ideal college people. How can you believe? Ideal college say, how can you feel? Jesus say, how can you believe? If people's opinion matter to you, how Jesus is what? How can you? Maybe you need to come up with a new way that you can believe and still be holding people's opinion about you so highly. He says, how can you believe if what people think and say about you moves you so much? How can you believe? So sometimes you are struggling to agree with God because in your mind, what will people think and say? So you've put God on one end of the scale and the opinions of men on the other end, and the thing is tilting in the favor of men. And God says, no, I'm too God to be compared to them. I'm too God. So go away. You don't want to believe, it's okay. How can you believe if what people think and say about you is your motivation? How can you believe? That means you will disagree with me on every count. That's what Jesus said. You will disagree. So I say you are more than a conqueror. People say, look at his leg. How can you be conquering with this? And then say, no, I'm not a conqueror. I'm not. How can I be a conqueror? How? Look at me. What is conquering about me? So what are you doing? You have agreed with men against God. And why is that? You value the opinion of men. It's important to you. And Jesus said, as long as you are in that shape, you will struggle with your faith. You will struggle with believing what I'm saying. I'm showing you that through the protocol of meditation, you can see what God is saying, believe what God is saying, receive what God is saying, accept what God is saying, and agree to what God is saying. And the moment that agreement is established, God begins to work with you in that area. He says, can two walk together except they be agreed? That means it is only agreement with God that permits him to get involved with whatever it is you're dealing with. If you don't agree with him, he cannot. Not that he will not. He will be doing everything in his power. But because he cannot breach your will, because God cannot breach, you see, many of you, God respects you more than you even respect yourself. I'm telling you, the way God honors man, he made you in his image and likeness and gave you a will. And because you have a will, God can just do that's even too strong. And you just disappear into thin air. He can do and air will disappear into nothingness. But because he gave you a will, do you know you can be doing something God says don't do, and God can't do anything about it? because you have exercised your will, he has to respect it. Just like he honors your faith. If you say, God, as for this thing you are saying, I don't believe it. Do you know that's where God stops? What he will do is looking for other avenues to make you exercise your will to believe. So maybe he came from this angle, you said no, he can approach it from some other, you said no, he will approach. God keeps at it until he gets you to agree. He keeps at it. But it may take him 5 years to convince you. That will mean you will be suffering for 5 years. And then when he convinces you finally, he begins to walk with you in that area. And I'm helping you see that, number one, when the word is not abiding because the protocol of meditation has not been honored in your life, you will struggle with accepting what God is saying. Number two, when the opinion of people, what they think and what they say, becomes the regulator of your life, you will struggle with believing what God is saying.